Hi everyone, I'm Misha from Made Up Research, and today we're gonna be going through my trash. Literally. Because I have a ton of used up products that I want to talk to you about, and I have some thoughts on all of these, and also I have a lot of them, so this is probably just like part one out of many, because the box is overflowing. If you're new to the channel, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed and like this video if you like it. I do a lot of different stuff, but right now I'm still renovating. So yeah, welcome to another part of the random filming location series, because I still don't have a good filming location, but that doesn't stop me from making a video, does it? We've got only skincare today. I tried to narrow it down to like some categories at least. So we're looking at a lot of skincare. I have some of my affordable favorites, a little bit more higher priced stuff. I have a lot of Korean skincare as well. So if you're interested in some short reviews of these, keep watching. As usual, we're gonna start in the order of a routine. My OCD won't let me do it any other way. So let's start off with a cleansing balm. I have only one today. This is the Glow Recipe Papaya Sorbet Enzyme Cleansing Balm. If you want to see like a full-on sweep on Glow Recipe, I will link a video in the tabs here so that you can check out like the whole thing. What I would like to say about this balm is that there's a lot of it. It takes a lot of time to get through. You get 100 milliliters of product, which I think is fair, even though this is priced like so freaking high. Overall though, I would say that it's like a pretty nice cleansing balm. It is very effective, very lightweight. It leaves your skin feeling super nice. I think it's partially the enzymes in this that make the skin feel very smooth, but not like overly hydrated, overly moisturized, or with a film on top. It just leaves your skin very clean and very smooth. Inside, you do have a lot of the papaya extracts, the enzymes. You do also have a lot of antioxidants and things like apricot kernel oil and papaya seed oil. So there are not like any super heavy oils, which makes this like a really nice lightweight balm, which I would say would be good for any skin type. That being said though, it is very pricey. Like I feel like today you can get a lot better stuff with a lot less money. So even though I did like it, I don't think I would repurchase it because it was very expensive. Next, we're gonna talk cleanser. This is the BYOMA Milky Oil Cleanser. I've been using a lot of BYOMA. There's a lot of stuff from BYOMA in this video as well, so just bear with me, okay? It's one of my favorite brands, what can I say? So this is like a really nice, really basic oil cleanser. I'm kind of oscillating between balms and oils. I used to be very heavy on oils, then I switched to balms, and now I'm just kind of trying whatever is, available. This is a really nice moisturizing cleansing oil. I would say this is going to be really good for dry skin. It removes the makeup really well, super effective, doesn't leave a residue. It does also emulsify pretty well, and it does remove waterproof makeup without any problems. So I think for the price, you do get 100 ml, which is again a very good amount. For a very fair price, a very good product that is going to take care of your barrier, moisturize your skin. I think this is like everything you need in a first cleansing step. Now, of course, it's BYOMA, so you do have things like barrier lipids and some ceramides, while also you have in the olive fruit oil, you also have in rosemary leaf oil, vitamin E, squalane, moringa seed oil. So there are some emollients. With the olive oil, I'm always a little bit on the fence because sometimes my skin likes it, sometimes my skin really doesn't like it. And this cleanser in particular, I didn't have any issues with it. Sometimes it's a bit too heavy for me. In this case, it wasn't. So take what you want from it. But I did quite like it. I would recommend it for like drier skin, or like, in the winter or in the drier months where you really want that extra moisture in every step of the routine. Next, we're gonna move on to toners. I do have, once again, I feel like I'm talking about this like all the time, but this is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow PHA and BHA Pore-tight Toner. I'm still not convinced that this needs the hype that it has. It's just not that great. I do gotta say that the more I use it, the more I like it. I used to really dislike it. Now I'm kind of like, yeah, it's fine. But I feel like it just doesn't take care of my pores on its own. Honestly, for me, like when I need BHA and PHA in my routine because of my pores, I need some heavy duty stuff. And like, this is not heavy duty enough for me on its own. I did take a look in the ingredients, and there is a BHA that is very gentle, and it's combined with betaine, which is more like a moisturizing ingredient. So it is like a little bit buffed down by that, which I think is why it's not super effective on my like sebaceous filaments and stuff. And I feel like this is nice, but you shouldn't approach it as your only exfoliating product. Like it's not gonna do that great of a job if you're not gonna exfoliate on the side with something else a little bit more effective. So yeah, I mean, will I repurchase it again? I do not think so, at least in the foreseeable future. I don't think I need a thing like this in my routine at the moment. Next, we have an essence. This is the Tocobo Bifida Biome Essence. I was looking into Tocobo for a while because they do seem like a really cool brand with a lot of cool stuff. I also have their sunscreen, which I'm about to use. And this essence, I was a little bit on the fence first because I didn't feel like it was doing much. But, you know, like these fermented kind of like barrier carrying things, you have to give them a while to really see some results. So it is a fermented essence, which is a very typical thing for Korean skincare. It is recommended for dry and mature skin, which I'm neither of those. But I gotta say that I really like the feeling of the essence on my skin. It does have that like thicker water texture. It does make your skin feel really nice. It sinks in pretty quickly. What the hell are you doing out there? And what else? Yeah, it is supposed to be good for hydration, skin elasticity, barrier health, and anti-aging. I would say it was a nice essence. It did fit in well with many of my routines. It does feel kind of basic on the skin, but I do believe in the power of these barrier carrying and, you know, fermented ingredients. So I don't know. It's harder to identify the effects, but I did like it when I used it. Maybe if you have dry skin, this would like give you more benefits instantly. I don't know. Next, I'm going to talk about the Laneige Eye Sleeping Mask. It's this one. They do have a lot of different eye care products that are like, you know, eye sleeping mask kind of thing. This one in particular, I was really interested in back when I bought it because it's 25 milliliters of product. Okay, this is huge. And also, it does have this like ceramic applicator, which to me just sounded great. And honestly, it gets like so nice and cold and soothing. I do like this a lot. But the great thing is that you don't need like an extra product, extra applicator to use and take care of and clean. That being said, maybe this is not like the most hygienic thing ever made. However, I did enjoy it quite thoroughly. This is going to last you ages. And it's like a very nice, basic, cooling, hydrating mask. So to me, it was like a very basic, everyday thing to use. You can use just very little. The applicator spreads it so nicely. And its main things that it's supposed to do is hydrate the under eyes and reduce puffiness, which I think both of those things were happening for sure. Regarding the ingredients, you do have caffeine, you do have some antioxidants, vitamin C, adenosine, beta-glucan, and also glycerin. So you do have hydration, brightening, depuffing. The caffeine is kind of like, you know, a staple in eye creams. So you do have everything you would expect from an eye product. I did like it. It was very expensive. I bought it on sale and it was still very expensive. But I gotta say that I did like it a lot. I think this lasted me like almost 2 years, but I did like it a lot. If you can get this on like some huge discount, I would definitely recommend it. Next, we're gonna talk about some serums. I don't have too many of them, but I do have some. First, I'm gonna start off with this one. This is the Drunk Elephant B-Hydra Intensive Hydration Serum. I bought this a long time ago. I used it up a long time ago now, but I don't even remember why I really bought it. I just remember being at Sephora and trying it out. And I thought, okay, this feels like really nice. I really like that. But after using it for a while, I kind of realized that this is nothing special. Like it's just a serum, okay? Again, you do have 50 milliliters of product, which is a lot of serum. That's actually great. But it's so expensive and like for nothing, I think. I definitely would not repurchase this because it was expensive for no real reason. But I gotta say that it's like a nice hydrating serum. Like I don't have a lot of bad stuff to say about it. It hydrates your skin. It feels really nice, very like silky, sinks in well, hydrates well, and that's it. Like I do also like the packaging, like the pump that kind of twists up. I'm a sucker for cool packaging, but even then, it's just a very, very basic hydrating serum. I feel like I have a ton of serums that cost fraction of the price that are the same, if not better. Speaking of hydrating serums, the next one I have here on the shelf is the BYOMA Hydrating Serum. I do love BYOMA. Again, if you want to hear more about BYOMA, I'm gonna link my thorough reviews of everything I tried from them somewhere in here. There are actually 2 videos now, I think. Maybe even 3. They have a lot of stuff all the time coming out and I love it. But their hydrating serum has been with us since the beginning. Okay, this is like one of the OG products they launched when they first launched, I think. And this is my 3rd bottle of it actually. So, you know, my thoughts should be pretty clear by now, and they actually are. It is a very nice, basic hydrating serum if you do not like hyaluronic acid, which is like one of the things that's kind of like surprising to me about it. It is thicker, again, that silky texture, very similar to the Drunk Elephant one actually, but the ingredients are way different. It's BYOMA, so we're talking barrier care, we're talking ceramides. We're also talking things like squalene, glycerin, and that's actually pretty much it. But still, this is like a really good hydrating serum, a little bit more emollient than like your usual hyaluronic acid serums from the drugstore or something like that. But I feel like this can get like a lot of use from people with very dry skin or people who don't like hyaluronic acid in their products, for example. For me, this is a little bit on the thicker side, but I still love it. I still use it a lot, especially in the evening, in the winter, you know, when it's super dry, when I need like that little bit extra moisture. And also a great thing about these is that they sell refills. And the last serum I want to talk about is also BYOMA. This is their brightening serum. I think I spoke about this like a million times now, but it's probably my favorite everyday serum. It is a niacinamide and hyaluronic acid serum with the added benefit of the ceramides. Everything you need. It's supposed to brighten up the skin, even out your skin tone, and hydrate your face, which is everything you need. I've gone through so many of these. I lost count. And I would definitely recommend it to anyone who is looking for a nice, well-rounded, one-and-done serum. Now, we're gonna talk a lot about moisturizers in this video because for some reason, I managed to use up so many moisturizers. I'm just gonna start off with this one. This is the Rovectin Clean Lotus Water Cream. I don't even know how I got to this brand because I never heard of them before, and I only got this one product from them. I think it was some kind of, you know, YouTuber recommendation thing on Stylevana or something, but I love this cream so much. So it was so lightweight, as a water cream usually is. Like, I wasn't surprised by it, but I loved it so much. Like, this texture in specifically worked so well with my skin. It was so good. It wasn't too dewy, it wasn't too watery, it just synced in really well, didn't leave you like too wet feeling. So good. It is a very basic product, I'm not gonna say it isn't, but it does make your skin feel really nice and smooth, and I was using it almost every day. It was a random purchase, but I'm very glad I did it. And also you get stickers. Look at how freaking cute this is. I love it. And yeah, and when it comes to the ingredients, you do have some really nice stuff like niacinamide and glycerin and panthenol and allantoin and almond seed oil and the lotus extract, of course. So this is just a very nice cream. I would highly recommend this for, I think, oily skin as well, because this did seem like a cream that would be really nice for oily skin because it didn't have a lot of like oiliness and thickness to it. It's super lightweight and it doesn't leave you too shiny. So I feel like oily skinned people might actually like this a lot. Next, I want to talk about this one. Again, one of the very, very expensive ones. This is Huxley's Secret of Sahara Cream, Fresh and More. Huxley is a posh brand. Like, I heard about them almost by accident. They just seemed really nice. I ordered like a set from them, which had an essence, a moisturizer, and a toner. And one thing that was very specific to this line was the scent. All of these products have the prickly pear extract, which is a cactus. So they all smell like very specifically. It's a very nice, pleasant, bougie experience. I really like using them. But this one in particular was a super lightweight moisturizer. Again, kind of like a water cream texture, left you looking a little bit like glossy and dewy and really neat. It was super hydrating. I would also say soothing. Really felt good on the skin. You had some glycerin, ceramides, beta-glucan in this, also different plant extracts and hyaluronic acid. So like a very hydrating mix of ingredients. I really liked it, but I gotta say, this is expensive. Like, this is a bit too expensive for my taste. I would say that if I compare these two, like, similar amount of joy, very different price points. I don't think, again, we're coming back to the fact that I don't think you need to spend a ton of money on things like a moisturizer. Next, we're talking the BYOMA Moisturizing Gel Cream. I have kind of a love-hate relationship with this moisturizer. Now I feel like I came again to the loving phase. I was using it a ton. It is a really nice basic moisturizer. On me, it's a little bit on the thicker side, so I'm not sure I would recommend it to anyone who doesn't like a thick moisturizer, but it has some great stuff in it. You do have niacinamide, you do have the ceramides, of course, and you also have green tea. So this is a little bit more formulated for oilier skin, I would say, than the other one that they have. It is quite lightweight, but it depends a lot on the amount you use. So you really have to be careful with how much you put on. Sometimes I just, could use one pump and it would be perfectly fine. So you really have to be careful with the dosage with this one. But then I would say it was really nice. I actually used it as my night cream for most of the summer, and I would say that it did a really good job. The last moisturizer I'm going to talk about is the Beauty of Joseon Dynasty Cream. This also is not the last one I used up, probably. Also not the first one I used up. And I'm definitely looking to repurchase this because this has been one of my favorite moisturizers of all time. This is incredible. It's very universal. Again, the dosage matters. You can use it both day and night, but during the day I have to be sure to use only a small amount because a little goes a long way. It is really nice on the skin, not too dewy. It almost has like this slightly more matte effect if you use a little bit. I do combine it with a lot of different products. Now, in the ingredients, you do have niacinamide, a tons of antioxidants, hyaluronic acid, squalane, ceramides, glycerin, and honey extract. So there's a lot of stuff in this that's really, really good. And this one is kind of a tricky one when it comes to price, because in Europe you can get it very expensive, but then on sale you can get it very cheap. And there's like this whole thing, from Korea you can get it cheaper, but then you may pay some tax. It really depends, but you can get this for a very fair price if you're lucky, and I would say that is definitely worth it. I do recommend this to everyone who's looking for like a very versatile moisturizer. And now let's get into SPFs. It's unbelievable, but I actually have 4 SPFs to talk about today. So I'm gonna start off with BYOMA again because we didn't see enough BYOMA today already. But this is their moisturizing gel cream SPF 30. I'm a little bit sad that they don't have SPF 50 yet. I really hope they come out with SPF 50. It does have ceramides, it does have hyaluronic acid and beta-glucan, so it's very hydrating, very nice. It's not too heavy. It does have a little bit like an orangey tint to it, but it doesn't leave any like color on the skin because it's a chemical sunscreen. It's really nice on the skin. It makes you just a tiny bit glowy, but it's nothing like super insane. You don't feel greasy or anything like that. It's just such a nice SPF. From a non-Korean brand, like this was such a hit for me. Next, I'm going to talk about this one. This is the Round Lab Birch Juice Moisturizing Sunscreen with SPF 50+, PA4+. This is such a good SPF. Like this is one of those things that kind of go viral once in a while, just like the Beauty of Joseon SPF. This is a wonderful SPF. It is one of those more like water cream SPFs-ish. There's this very specific texture that like melts into your skin and you do look quite dewy, but it's so like nice. It's a very pleasant experience, very nice texture. It's very lightweight. I would say that it was one of the better Korean sunscreens that I've ever used. It was a little bit pricey from what I remember, but I did still like it a lot. It does have niacinamide in it, vitamin C, vitamin E, hyaluronic acid, allantoin, and the chemical sunscreens with like one hybrid chemical/physical filter. No white cast whatsoever, set really nice on the skin, synced in really well. It's one of those sunscreens that you don't have to worry about when you apply makeup on top. Definitely a big recommendation. I don't remember how much it was, but I do remember that I loved it. Now, second to last, we have the Beauty of Joseon Ginseng Moist Sun Serum. Not to be mistaken with the, the Probiotic Rice SPF. This is a different SPF from Beauty of Joseon, and I was very curious if this is going to be similar to that. Now listen, this one, that was a struggle to use. When I went to Sweden in April this year, I took only this sunscreen with me as like my primary sunscreen. I didn't try it beforehand. I was like, okay, listen, it's Beauty of Joseon, it's gonna be great. Turned out it's not that great. I love that it has the high protection. Again, you have SPF 50 and PA4+. It's gonna protect you well. The texture is very interesting. It is like a yellowish see-through gel. So really, if you are worried about white cast, this is not gonna give you any. It's gonna protect you and you're not gonna have white cast on your face whatsoever. What's not so great about it is that it broke me out so bad. Like the first couple uses, I don't know what was in it, but my skin was not having it at all. And also some of my friends told me that they had to get rid of it because it was breaking them out so bad. It's not like a universal experience, but I have heard it from more people than I would like. So I'm not really sure I would recommend this. Just because I saw that so many people had similar experience to mine, which was like, no, my skin doesn't like this. And then when you get used to it after some while, you're just still feeling like something's wrong when you put it on your face. I don't know how to explain this. I did manage to use it up. I was trying to fight past that feeling, but it's not my favorite sunscreen at all. It does make you look very dewy though, so if you like that, maybe this would be like a great sunscreen for you. And just to give you like a sweep on the ingredients, of course you have the ginseng, you have niacinamide, adenosine for barrier repair, you have vitamin E, glycerin, also olive fruit oil, which I'm kind of suspecting could be the breakout ingredient for me, but I'm not sure. You have chemical sunscreen filters, of course. And then you also have like a weird alcohol ingredient that is pretty high up, and they don't say which type of alcohol it is, so I'm also suspecting that to be the breakout ingredient for me, but honestly, no idea. But I would definitely recommend their other sunscreens instead of this one, because this just wasn't my cup of tea. And the last sunscreen I have is like almost a personal failure, because this is from Isana. This is their new anti-UV Tagus fluid, which is a daily fluid with SPF 50. They did come out with like a whole range of new serums and this new SPF, and I was looking forward to reviewing it. And before I got to it, I used up the SPF because I liked it so much. I was using it basically on the daily, and I mean, I already repurchased it again because, you know, I still gotta use it for the review and I love it. So for a very nice price, you do get 30 milliliters of sunscreen. Listen, it's not the largest amount, but I would also say this is very practical for traveling and just having it on you for reapplication. So I would say that I'm not mad at the size. It does have wonderful texture. For like a drugstore owned brand, European sunscreen, I was blown away. Like, this is so good. It's like the most lightweight, almost invisible kind of, you know, like the milky jelly texture. I loved it so much. It's such a good sunscreen. It really feels like Korean sunscreen. It's just really, really nice. It does go on like, you know, white. It is a white cream, very lightweight cream, but it sinks in immediately and it doesn't leave any cast, any residue. I'm not that dark, so I'm not sure how it would perform on like darker skin tones. I would be very curious to see, but I feel like it's a very well done sunscreen. What I would also like to mention is that it is alcohol-free and fragrance-free. Listen, for drugstore, like this ticks all the freaking boxes. This is probably like my top recommendation from this video. And I will be providing the reviews soon enough once I try all of the serums, because I gotta say that Isana is really stepping up their game. And that is it, my friends. This was all the stuff that I used up. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these flash reviews. If you enjoyed this little rundown, please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And I will see you on the next one. Bye!